The DA in Nelson Mandela Bay has dismissed the ANC's plan to table a motion of no confidence vote against Mayor Athol Trollip and Speaker Jonathan Lawack. The coalition, made up of the DA and UDM, disagree over the hiring and firing of some metro managers, including the position of municipal manager. On Monday, the ANC said Trollip was not fit to run the metro and that council matters were being delayed. Well, we're joined on the line now by Nelson Mandela Bay Executive Mayor himself, Athol Trollip. Mr. Trollip, good morning and thanks for your time this morning. Very quickly, just give us the latest on this plans to table a motion of no confidence. The DA has dismissed this, saying that it can't happen.
Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you very much. First of all, 60% of the people in Nelson Mandela Bay voted against the ANC. The ANC were in power. They're now no longer in power. The ANC is now seeking to regain through connivance what they lost at the polls. We're going to provide them that opportunity. They are not going to have a vote of no confidence. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. Their spokesperson said they would move for it. Their caucus leader said they wouldn't. They haven't met the requirements to do so in any event. So I don't believe that will be happening today. Secondly, the issues that are now apparently the issues, which are not really anything to do with the real issue. The real issue is that the ANC wants to regain power that they lost through the ballot box. The issues are the appointment of the city manager. We appointed the city manager in council. We complied with the Structures Act, the Systems Act, Municipal Systems Act, that says we must inform the MEC within 14 days, and that he must within 14 days inform the minister unless there's an issue. He wrote to us with concerns about the composition of our panel. We wrote back. We explained to him about the composition of the panel. We believe that it's fully compliant with the legislation. His spokesperson then said that the MEC is not interested in explanations, the post must be re-advertised. We're not going to re-advertise it. We'll contest it in court if necessary, or the MEC must get a declaratory order if he believes that we are compliant. We believe we are fully compliant. Johan Mettler was the city manager for 18 months. Previously, for the previous ANC administration, he was good enough then, he's good enough now.
Where are you now in that process? Are you any closer to resolving this? Because just looking at what's happened in your past couple of meetings, the UDM not showing up, the feeling that they've sort of left you in the lurch, and that your coalition, that your partnership might be in a bit of trouble.
Well, our partnership's not in trouble. We'll be in council today at 2 o'clock. All the participating coalition partners will be in council. I believe all the other opposition parties, maybe with the exception of the ANC, but that doesn't matter. They won't determine the quorum. We will proceed. We will table our annual report. We will table our mid-year report so that we meet those compliance issues. The city manager is employed, he's earning a salary, he's working, and until the MEC gets a declaratory order to the contrary, that situation will remain. I've written to the Premier about this matter too, and I've written to the MEC. I believe that that is all compliant, and then we're also going to be appointing an acting executive director for corporate services until that post of recently vacant post is filled within the next 2 months, and our business will go ahead. We'll be providing services and the change that we offered the voters, regardless of whatever shenanigans the ANC tries to put together. And
the involvement of your national leadership, how has that helped you weather this? And can you give us a sort of a time frame, a timeline as to when we can expect some kind of final decision in this?
Well, we've had a meeting, we've got a decision. We have a coalition agreement. It was forged at a national level. Whenever there's a disagreement and it can't be resolved at a local or provincial level, it gets escalated to a national level. We did that. We had a meeting last night with the two respective parties. The matters have been ironed out and sorted out, and life goes on. Coalition government's not easy. There are bound to be disagreements, and if you handle them in an open, transparent, honest way, they can be resolved. Absolutely no problem.
I mean, going forward, obviously this is not going to be the end of it, Mr. Trollip. You are probably going to be banging heads over many issues in future out of these meetings, and I know you said you're not allowed to sort of give us any insight into the detail of your agreement, but do you find that your relationship has been taken to a different level, that it won't come to issues like this, to a situation like this, where you have delays like this in such major important appointments?
Yeah, look, like in any relationship, there are bound to be disagreements. What we're not going to be seeing in future is any collapsing of any meetings. It's absolutely unacceptable that any coalition partner can collapse a meeting. Nobody has the authority, not the mayor, not the biggest party, not the smallest party. So I don't believe we'll see that happening again. And then as for our working relationship, I believe these kind of interactions and discussions and resolution seeking makes our coalition stronger, not weaker.
And the ANC obviously will continue, one would imagine, they're not happy with you from what they've had to say. They say that you are not the right man for the job. How are you planning to maybe quell that fire and maybe just have a workable relationship with them?
Well, look, fortunately, I don't have to keep the ANC happy. What I had to do in the election was to get enough votes to become the mayor. 47% of the people in Nelson Mandela Bay voted for me as the DA mayoral candidate, and 40% of the people in Nelson Mandela Bay voted for the ANC's candidate, Danny Jordaan, who was never seen again after the elections. So I believe I am the right man. If you look at all the public acclaim and local personal acclaim about what our government has achieved in the last 5 months, I'm very proud of that, and I know that in 5 years' time that city will be unrecognizable.
All right, thanks very much for your time. Nelson Mandela Bay Mayor Athol Trollip on the line there.